You hear a noise from the road up ahead. You quickly duck down behind the bushes beside you to see your owner looking for you with the hungry-looking posse behind him. He had a crazy look in his eye. Maybe running was just such a good idea. Hi, I am Mason Shearer, and I will be reviewing the most excellent novel, The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. It is a great book that occurs during the 1800s, the time of slavery, and gives me a very good idea of what life was like as a slave in many different states along the eastern part of the United States. So this book is thrilling because of the crazy journeys Cora goes on throughout the book. Cora is a slave that makes an attempted escape from her plantation, and the book is about her life as a wanted slave. And so, the problem in the book is that Cora is a slave, but she wants her freedom. So, this kind of influences her to make all the decisions she makes throughout the book. She makes a planned escape with a friend named Caesar and travels the Underground Railroad attempting to gain her freedom. So, Cora changed quite a bit throughout the book because at the start she kept to herself and didn't have many friends and never allowed herself to have a relationship with a boy. And by the end of the book, she had many friends she talked to all the time and had finally allowed herself to have that relationship with the boy. This book was so interesting that it really influenced me to start learning more about slavery. The theme of this book is that freedom is very tough to get if you are not born with it, because in the book, all the slaves that wanted their freedom had to work very hard to get it, or they had to make a daring escape that usually was life risking and didn't turn out so well. The book reminded me of another story called The Copper Sun. It is also about a female slave, her life as a plantation, and a wanted slave. So, the book at the start is pretty confusing because of all the people in the book who are talking. Let me just try and find it. Like, here. I had no idea who this person was. I had read the summary of the book at the start, and this person was not in it. And so I kept reading, and by the maybe middle or kind of closer to the start, I finally had figured out kind of who those people were because it finally gives you that information. So if this stumps you, keep reading. You will figure out who the people are, what they're talking about, and it will just be a whole lot more clear. So I would give this book 9 out of 10 stars because it was very interesting, very entertaining, and it was like one of those books that wants to make you keep reading until like it's over and then you're kind of sad. So I recommend it to mature readers for some content in the book that may be inappropriate, but it's a great book and I loved it and I hope you guys do too.